And welcome back, folks, to more Raging Loop. Last time we played, we were in the village, and we met a weird little girl in the forest, and she told us to run. And then there was some smog or fog everywhere, red fog. We decided to hide into a toilet, little shack. Unfortunately, we heard a scream in the distance, and we decided to go take a look. We don't have any other options here. Wow, that was some timing. Right as I was about to form a new hypothesis. The proof connecting it all suddenly came to me, and it was right outside. It had gotten really dark. There were no lights anywhere. The darkness was fear. Unperceived, unknown, dangerous, scary. Leaving this place was dangerous. Dangerous equals scary, equals scary, equals scary, equals scary. Scary things were scary no matter how much logic you applied. But I couldn't discard my desire to get to know the fear and conquer it. I opened the door and stopped in place. Night wasn't absolute darkness. No matter how dark or cloudy it was, the sky always gave some bit of light to us. However, I came to understand that it could be hard to see, even if there was light. Everything I saw was covered by a dense mist. Combined with the pale moonlight, it made the area seem milky. It made it hard to get around. Regardless, I couldn't ignore the scream. There was something beyond this veil. I kept moving forward. Unless my ears were deceiving me, the scream belonged to a woman and had come from the night. Come from the right, not the night. I couldn't let myself think that. Or rather, I didn't want to think that. The unknown was scary. Personally, I'd found that principle made my life really easy. I had more than enough fear from those which were directly threatening my life. I really didn't want to have the fear of losing someone as well. Change your line of thought, Haruaki. Solving the mystery might save someone. Two birds with one stone. I began walking faster. Another scream. It was close. I realized I had to find a way to protect myself. I was unarmed, so I looked around for anything that I could use as a weapon. I felt around to see if there were any branches or anything. Sadly, all I felt was grass. I went deeper and searched the ground itself. Soon I felt something hard. It was a rock. A moment of digging later, I took it in hand. It was a bit smaller than my hand. I almost teared up at how useless it seemed. But it was better than nothing. Oh, hey there, Frank. How's it going? How was the stream? I looked at the base of my feet and saw the grassy ground. I could easily move forward if I first checked the ground using my feet. And since I might have been close to danger, I had to focus on what was ahead too. Rocks fell, everyone died. What a way to go. I'd recognize the danger and, if possible, get rid of it. I concentrated entirely on that and stepped forward. I couldn't hear the screams anymore, but I could hear other things. A wet sound. And the sound of something cracking. It filled my mind with countless things I didn't want to imagine. Even so, I kept walking forward, until I saw it. Oh. My hypotheses were nothing but delusions. The truth was truly something you had to see yourself. But why? Why was this so scary in spite of being true? It wasn't supposed to exist. It couldn't exist. After all, it was a wolf with a humanoid body. And there's no such things as werewolves. The next morning, in a paddy field in Fujiyoshi, Yasumisu, 3rd block, someone discovered a thoroughly mangled corpse. The clothes nearby led the discoverers to conclude that it was the traveler, Haruaki Fusaishi. Oh no, we died. He's still moving. Strangely enough, I could perceive this particular moment. Lucky are you excited for the adventures of taxi driver Taishi Suzuki? Of course. And so I was finished off by the girl. The feast begins. The last thing I heard, I'll hang the wool, was that. We have obtained a key number 2, Werewolf and Resurrection. Game over. Bad ending, number 2. Watch hint corner? Sure.
Yo,
another one finished. Hey there, you've done it now, eh, Chief?
俺のことはまあ気にすんな。取るに足らねえインターフェース的なキャラクターさ。羊とでも呼べよ。
Me? Ah, don't mind me. I'm just an insignificant interface character. You can call me Sheep.
ここは夢と夢の狭間。妻子春明とかいう野郎には見えねえから、まあ安心してくつろぎな。
This is a space between dreams. That bastard Haruaki Fusaishi can't see it. So feel free to kick back and relax.
つっても、あんま長っちりはできねえかな。俺は忙しいんだ。ちゃっちゃと進めんぞ。
That said, you can't stay too long. I'm busy. So let's get down to business.
ヒントコーナーにふさわしく、大将が困らねえように、ありがてえ助言をいくつかくれてやるぜ。
As you'd expect of a hint corner, I'm here to give some helpful advice in your times of need.
まず、ゲーム的なあれこれを最初に言っておこう。
First, let's get all the game explanations out of the way.
さっき、やっちまったと言ったが、実は大将が最初にここに来るのは確定事項だ。
While I did say you've done it now, just before, you were actually fated to arrive here from the start.
つうのも、選べる選択肢は一つしかなかったろ。その下は何か 鍵マークみてえなのが出て選べなかったはずだ。
I mean, you only had one choice, right? There should have been one below it, but it had a lock mark next to it, and you couldn't pick it.
おっと、だからって最初の芹沢千恵美とのうすらバカ問答を選び直しても無意味だぜ。あのどれを選んでも分岐はしねえ。
Ah, but just so you know, redoing Chiemi Serizawa's idiotic quiz is pointless. None of those choices will change a thing.
チュートリアルでも一応解説したが、念のためレイジングループの仕組みをおさらいしとくか。
I think it was explained to you back in the tutorial, but let's review Raging Loop's structure just in case.
大将がさっき実際に食らった通り、レイジングループでは必ず死ぬ。
As you just experienced for yourself, you will definitely die in Raging Loop.
なぜか防具の選択肢はロックされていて、それを開くためには対応するキーが必要だからさ。
Why is that? Because many choices are locked, and you'll need keys to unlock them.
キーはシナリオ中に散らばってる。手に入るときはだいたい命と引き換えさ。だ
These
から死は不可避ってわけだ。
keys are spread throughout the story. You'll need to die to obtain most of them. That's why death is unavoidable.
どうやら久石春明の野郎は死んでも記憶を次に持ち越せるらしいな。
It
そ
seems
れを再現したシステムってわけだ。
It seems Haruaki Fusaishi can retain his memories for the next time, even if he dies. This is a system to replicate that.
つうわけで、羊さんから大将への最初のアドバイスだ。行き詰まったら死んでみろ。
So here's my first piece of advice to you. If you get stuck, try dying.
数あるバッドエンドの中にはキーが手に入るものも多い。意外な結末からキーが手に入ることもあるだろうさ。
Do not try this in real life, obviously. There are many keys lying within the story's many bad endings. You can also obtain keys from some surprising outcomes.
もちろん全部のバッドエンドを見なくても必要なキーを集めて最短クリアすることは可能だ。遊び方は任せるぜ。
Of course, it's possible to get all the keys and finish the game without seeing all the bad endings, but I'll leave that up to your playing style.
で、今回のバッドエンドに題してベンジョマンの最後についてだが、回避するにはキー2が必要だ。
As for bad ending number 2, known as Toilet Man's End, you need key number 2 to avoid it.
だが次はもう問題ね。気づいてるか？ここで死んだ時すでに大将はキー2を入手してる。
But that won't be a problem for next time. Did you notice? You've already obtained key number 2 by dying here.
キー2の内容はメニューの中にキーってボタンがあるからそこで見てくれりゃいいんだが。
Are you going for 100% bad ends again? We'll see. We can't even finish this game, remember? There's a story lock for streamers. You can check the details of key number 2 from the key list in the menu, so you can check it out there.
要は夜出歩いたら死ぬってことを久石春明は身をもって知ったわけだ。だからこそ新しい選択が可能になった。
But basically, Haruaki Fusaishi now knows from experience that he will die if he goes out at night. That's what makes a new choice possible.
この手の一度つまずく系の死亡エンドは今後も何回かあったらそこんとこは承知しといてくれな。
You'll find more bad endings that you're forced to play through first in the future, so keep that in mind.
一方、キーを手に入れるのがずっと先になることもある。
Other times, you can keep going onwards for a long time without finding a key.
キーが手に入るときは赤文字ででっかく表示されるから今後も要注目だぜ。
Whenever you get a key, it's displayed with large red letters, so remember that part too.
この後だが久石春明は売り出しに戻る。つまりゲームの冒頭 バイクで迷ってるシーンだな。
Araki Fusaishi will be sent back to the starting point after this. In other words, to the scene at the start of the game with him on his bike.
最初から読み直してもいいが、今後何十回も死ぬことになるから、その度に読み直してたら大変だ。
You can reread everything from the start if you'd like, but you're going to die dozens of times from now on. So it would be a pain to reread each time.
だから、ある程度状況を把握したら、シナリオチャートを使って、ひょいっとジャンプしちゃってくれ。
So once you get a grip of the situation, use the scenario chart to jump ahead.
大将が一度読み切ったシーンなら、いつでもどこでもどこからでもジャンプが可能だ。便利なもんだぜ、こいつはよ。
You can jump to any scene you've read before, whenever and wherever you want. It's really handy. Hey there, Mr. Anderson.
例
And
えば
relics.
今この瞬間でも画面に出てるチャートボタンを押し、ノーム、ないの、Q、悲鳴を追うかに飛んで OK だ。
For example, you can open the menu, press the chart button, and go to Q, follow the scream in dense mist right now.
シナリオチャートからのジャンプをガンガン活用するのがレイジングループ攻略のコツかもな。
Use the scenario chart to jump around. That's the key to completing Raging Loop.
ちなみにここまでで2、ノームは終了。いわば小手調べ、導入が終わったってわけだ。
Incidentally, this marks the end of 2, Dense Mist. The so-called prologue is over.
今回解放された選択肢を選べば、いよいよ最初のメインルート、3、読みが始まる。頑張れよ。
If you pick the choice that was unlocked this time, the game's first main route, 3 Yomi, will begin. Good luck.
次にロックされた選択肢が出てきたら、右端の方を見てみな。開くために必要なキーの番号があるはずだ。
Next time you come across a locked choice, look to the right side. You should see the number of the key you need to unlock it.
番号はシナリオチャートにも表示される。どこがロックされてるのか、何番のキーがいるか一目瞭然だ。親切設計だろ。
Lucky, what does Yomi mean? It's fish. The number appears on the scenario chart too, so it makes it clear what's locked and what key number you need. Handy system, huh?
ちなみに、こっそり教えてやるけど、
By the way, here's a little tip.
1が手に入るのはすっげえ先だ。取りこぼしとかじゃねえから安心して、サクサク次に進んでやってくれ。
You won't be getting key number 1 for a long time. You didn't miss anything, so relax. Just keep playing to your heart's content.
かー、ずいぶん長くなっちまった。俺は忙しいってのによ。
That took a while and I'm busy.
つうわけで、今回はここまで。次も元気に死んでこい。
Well, that's enough for this time. Die another hearty death next time.
そういう夢だったってわけだ。
Guess it was just a dream, right?
もっと
Do better next time.
羊が
One sheep, two sheep.
羊が2匹。
Give me a second, I gotta fruit the homie. Did we die trying to shag the werewolf? Yes. It was Char, right? Skull. Keep still. Whoa, what was that? It sounded like someone's life was in danger. It meant something dangerous was nearby. Wait, it couldn't be Rash. The world didn't have many things that logic could couldn't explain, like the existence of murderers, but until I saw the source of the scream myself, it was nothing but a source of fear.
今から一晩ここに入って鍵をかけて絶対に物音一つ立てないで。
Get in there, lock yourself in, stay inside the whole night, and don't make a sound. I reached to open the door, but something stayed my hand. It was my promise to Chiemi. But that scream just now was very real. It wasn't normal. I had to assume the situation was dangerous, and maybe I could help if I went out, but that meant endangering myself. I was no saint, and I had no plans to rectify that. If there was something that could get me to walk out, it would be curiosity. My curiosity had won over many dangers thus far. I thought you were a scaly, but you like werewolves too? That's right. But right now, it was weaker than my fear and risk of death. Why? Because I already knew. Crap, what the hell were these memories? It wasn't a premonition, a dream, or anything else that vague. My brain recognized it as something I'd experienced. But how? After all, I was still alive, and the time from those memories had yet to come. Was I a precog or something? By God, I swore I never experienced anything like this before coming here. And why did the memory come back to me at this particular moment? Regardless, that overwhelming fear and the pain of death that followed, the pain and death that followed, were exactly what waited for me if I opened the door. I couldn't feel more certain of that. The thoughts rendered me unable to move, immobile. I stood still, completely certain that I'd lost my chance to leave. I wasn't childish enough to sneer at selfish decisions, but this still didn't feel good. Not to mention that I was upset at myself for not being able to act like me and just run out simply because I was curious. I didn't even feel saved until that moment. Suddenly, the door began to shake. This place had a handle on the outside, and someone was pulling on it hard. There was a lock, sure, but there was only so much it could take before it broke. Now, I prepared to pull on it from inside, but
今から一晩ここに入って鍵をかけて絶対に物音一つ立てないで。
get in there, lock yourself in, stay inside the whole night, and don't make a sound. What would happen if I did? Whatever was outside would instantly know I was here. Even if I protected the door, the thing had lots of other ways of hurting me. But what if it didn't know about me and was just weirded out by this randomly locked toilet? What if I didn't show a hint of fear to what it was doing? Would it just leave? I chose to just wait and see. Once again, someone pulled the door, shaking the structure as a whole. I gulped down a scream and focused on the lock. If it broke, it would be over for me. Over as in, I'd be dead. That was what that memory told me. I was powerless back then, and even more so now. Assuming I tried to fight back, what would work? I heard that teeth were the hardest part of the human body, so maybe I could bite? Yeah, I'd tear whatever it was apart with my teeth. I'd bite it to death. I'd gathered my wits in killing intent, grinding my teeth. I glared at the door. How long had it been? The sound suddenly stopped. For all I knew, it might have been a ploy to make me drop my guard. I'd slowly count to 500. If nothing happened in that time, I'd assume it went away. There were no screams or attacks after that. But the silence around me improved my perception. I heard strange noises every now and then. Breathing, growling, claws on the ground. Basically, I felt a beastly presence. So that thing actually existed here? Was it what the mists brought here from Saranaga? The wolf is coming. Did they all know about this? Crap, I couldn't learn anything in a place like this, and not knowing things scared me. Trusting my prescience or deja vu, or whatever it was, I chose to just stay quiet and wait. I'd find out everything tomorrow. I just had to make it through the night, and then talk to Chiemi. And if it was something I couldn't solve, I'd just run away. Thankfully, my bike repairs were going well, but I'd be leaving even if it didn't work. I'd walk to Kami Fujiyoshi if I had to. Unlike Yasumisu, they might have had some reliable means of transport. For now, I just had to stay awake and make it through the night. New day. I never liked seeing night gradually turn brighter as the morning arrives. It always made me feel like crap, like I'd just done something harmful both for my body and as a human being in general. I found it natural to spend the night asleep and welcome the morning well rested and with a smile. I never expected to feel so much gratitude for the morning light leaking through the door of an outhouse. It felt like the beasts had been out and about the whole night. Naturally, the high humidity here had made my clothes all wet and sticky. It was unpleasant, but even trying to move them and make it more comfortable for myself felt like a matter of life and death. Maybe it was a good thing I couldn't relax, but hell, it was exhausting in more ways than one. When I heard Chiemi shout Haruaki in the distance, I was so overcome with relief, I almost fell to my knees. If this turned out to be a trick and I opened the door to see some wolf with a chewed collar in its mouth, lunging for my throat, I'd just give up and let it have me at this point. With that in mind, I opened the door. I expected to see the same picturesque village I'd seen yesterday, so what I actually saw shocked me pretty hard. The hell was up with this thick mist? I couldn't see crap. It was like the entire area was consumed by it. Did someone line every inch of this place with dry ice or something?
Haruaki-san!
Can we have chipmunk voice? I'm bored. No. I could hear Chiemi, but not see her.
Chiemi-chan, こっちだ!
Chiemi, I'm right here.
Haruaki-san! よかった
You've been transported into an N64 game. You're right. That's so true. I heard a wet sound and finally saw a silhouette within the mist.
大丈夫?
Are you okay?
歯にはまった
I'm stuck in the field. I walked up and saw exactly what I expected. A girl struggling to free one of her legs stuck deep in a paddy field.
そうか、頑張れ.
I see. Well, good luck.
助けてって
Hey, help me out.
抜けないのね。じゃあ手を。よっと。
Oh, you can't do it yourself? Well, take my hand then, and out you go.
わ
Wah. I tugged her hand and braced my legs. That was enough to help her, but she lost her balance and...
おっと。セーフ。
Whoa! Safe.
ヘッドロックこれ技決まってる
Headlock? This is a wrestling move. We're actually pulling it off. Despite how close we were now, this wasn't the least bit romantic.
とにかくよかった無事だったんだ
Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. I definitely remembered a time where I was far from all right, though.
ああ、なんとかね。
Yeah, I guess I am. I had no idea what that was about, so I didn't see any reason to mention it.
ただ、夜中獣みたいな気配がした。
I did feel like there was some beast outside. Chemi's expression immediately darkened, not that we could see it. She clearly knew what I was referring to.
聞きたいことはたくさんあるけど、まず昨晩聞いた悲鳴のことが気になる。
I have a lot of questions, but right now, I'm more interested in the scream I heard than anything else.
それは
That was...
知ってるの?
I'm sure that's the reporter. You know what I mean? She fell silent, clearly uncomfortable. It was pretty ominous.
来てどうせいつか嫌でも見る
This way. No point delaying the inevitable. Chemi gave me her hand. I took it, but I didn't feel the least bit excited about this. She led me down the path to the school dorm.
あ、フサイさん、無事だったんですね。
Oh, Fusaishi-san, you're okay.
生還おめでとうベンジョマン
Congrats on surviving, Toilet Man.
ありがとう、温かい布団マン。君たちも無事。いや、ハルちゃんは?
Thanks, Warm Futon Man. You're okay too. Wait, where's Haru-chan? Did she...
いえ、大丈夫です。まだ部屋なんですが、ちょっとショックが強かったみたいで、身支度に時間が。
Did we see the werewolf yet? Yes, and it killed us. Oh, she's fine. She suffered quite a shock, so she's taking a while to get dressed.
そうか。皆さん、僕より先に動いてたみたいだな。
I see. So the rest of you have already gotten a move on.
逆によく耐えれたな寝てたの
How'd you even handle being in there anyway? Were you asleep?
寝られるか。いつ出ていいかわからないから、ずっと起きて待ってたよ。ちえみちゃんに呼ばれてようやく。
As if I could. I had no idea when I could get out, so I just waited until I heard Chiemi-chan's voice.
起きてたんですか?
Are we raging yet? Yes. You were awake? Yasunaga made it sound like that was weird.
いや、あのトイレで寝てごらん。横になるどころか座れもしないぜ。
You try sleeping in there, guy. You can't even sit, much less lie down.
いや、そうじゃなく、そうか。
No, that's not what I see. I really hate when people just trail off like that. It makes me way too curious.
ちなみに君たちはなぜここに？
Why are you here anyway?
ハルちゃん待ちと見張りだよ。
Waiting for Haru and keeping a lookout. A lookout?
状況がはっきりするまで現場に誰も近づかないようにね。
We're not letting anyone near the scene until the situation is clear. Scene? So someone actually...
見る？ベンジョマンの胃袋の強度試し。
You want to see? It's a good way to test your stomach.
もち、あんまふざけるなよ。
Mochi, don't mess around like that.
ああ、見るよ。
Yeah, I do. The invisible and unknown were way scarier than anything else. Not to mention, I could already smell something foul. I lightly moved them aside and walked up to the so-called scene. There was a corpse. It was in such horrible state, it was hard to recognize it as human. I imagine this was what you would have gotten if you overturned a butcher's cart. That's how thoroughly the victim was disassembled. Also, the butcher would have had to deal in entrails. Enough of that comparison. Straining my eyes to look through this thick mist, I could actually make out some human parts within the vast sea of blood, or mountain of death. Hands, torn clothing, hair, and a shoulder bag. How professional. She kept hold of her interviewing tools even while running for her life. Didn't do her odds of survival any favors, though. It was the reporter. Despite the body's state, it wasn't hard to tell that the victim was Hisako Mamiya. Mamiya, the small-time food journalist. That thing. Did it come to me once it was done murdering her?
これはひどい。
This is awful.
大丈夫？吐き気とか。
Are you alright? Feel nauseous or anything? Jimmy was standing at a short distance away, looking at nothing in particular.
吐くものもないし、まあ慣れてるんで。
I've got nothing to puke, and well, I'm used to this.
春明さん、そっち系の学部だっけ？
Is that what you were studying in college?
まあ一応医学系。
Well, I guess you could say that.
え、すごい。検視とかできる？
Huh? Seriously? So you can do autopsies and stuff?
医学系ってのは医学部以外の類似学部生が見え張って使う表現さ。まあ病理解剖なら何度か見たけど。
When asked if they study medicine, I guess you can say that is what students from similar departments say to make themselves look good. But I did see a few pathology analyses. I crouched down and put my hands together. Then, grimacing at the harrowing reek of blood, innards, and especially digested food, I brought my face closer. Perhaps I could learn something from this. I could, even if it wasn't much. This corpse wasn't split into pieces. The limbs were still connected, but they were folded in an unnatural way and looked really flattened. They were either crushed or bent, with no regard to bones or muscle position. Then, her whole body had been torn apart. The innards were particularly badly damaged. The words "wolf down" felt like the best way to put it. I found it hard to describe, but it wasn't my job. So there wasn't much I could tell about it without touching it.
何がどうなってるのかわからない程度には常軌を逸した傷だよね。
This is way beyond anything I've ever seen before. I can barely tell what happened here. I had an urge to add that this seemed unhuman, and I kept myself from saying that.
とにかくとっとと警察を呼んでプロに任せよう。
Anyways, we should call the police. Leave it to the pros. I said something any good citizen would, but for some reason, they didn't seem to agree.
春明さん、警察は来ないんだ。
Haruaki, the police won't come.
そんなことはないでしょう。人が死んでるんだし。
Why wouldn't they? I mean, somebody died.
来ないんだ。
They won't.
じゃあ避難しよう。
Then, let's evacuate.
それも無理なんだ。
That's not happening either.
どうして？バイクもあるし、この人たちが乗ってきた車だって。
Why? We have my bike and their van.
とにかく不採死さんで生存者は全員見つかったはずだから、一度食堂に移動しましょう。
Anyway, with Fusaishi, we now have all the survivors, so let's go to the dining hall.
はるちゃんは僕らが連れてくぞ。
We'll wait for Haru.
そっちはお願い。春明さん、行こう。
Yeah, you do that. Let's go, Haruaki.
なあ、ちゃんと説明してくれないか？
Can I get an explanation?
悪いけど精神的に無理。自分で見て勝手に理解して。
Sorry, but I'm not in the mood for explanations. Figure it out yourself. It was the first time Chiemi had acted so harsh with me. I was pretty irritated myself, but it must have been worse for them. They actually had info on what was happening here.
無神経だったよ。
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Chiemi said nothing more and just silently walked off. I followed after her. When we reached the plaza, I instantly understood what she said about evacuating. The bike and the van were completely destroyed. The latter was in a particularly bad state. The front window was broken. All 4 tires were flat. Chechara. My bike was on its side, its front fork was broken, and well, it was basically scrap metal now. Frick! There was a rock next to it. Guess we had our weapon. And there were more remains inside the van. Looked like an enormous mountain of flesh and bone. If I didn't know about Yudai Hashimoto, I would have assumed there were 2 or 3 corpses here. Oh, he died too?
橋本さん？
Hashimoto? Chiemi slowly nodded. I now knew we had lost not only 2 lives, but any means of transportation as well.
あれ見て。
Look there. She pointed at a wooden electrical pole. The line was dangling, torn apart with no hope of
よその電
repair.
線は生きてるけど、食堂のは電話線ごとやられた。外には連絡できないよ。
The other power lines are fine, but the dining hall was destroyed along with the telephone line. We can't contact the outside. I took out my own phone. It worked, but the battery was almost dead. And like before, it was out of range. The situation had become even harsher than before.
これも見て。
Look here too. Jemmy walked a few steps away. I followed after. There was a large boulder. It was tall enough to reach an average roof, and there were drawings on it. Crimson symbol of some sort. What did it represent? At first, it looked like an incoherent mess of lines. However, I soon realized that there was a pattern. I felt like the calling card of some street gang. From what I could tell, the basis was a warped diamond shape with a spiral inside. There were two of them. They seemed to be drawn in blood, but that wasn't nearly as disturbing as the bizarre shape.
狼が2匹村に紛れ込んだ。
Two wolves have snuck into the village.
戦わなきゃいけない。
We have to fight. Chiemi made a quiet declaration. Apparently, this settlement had been invaded by something malicious, and it was intelligent enough to get rid of all means of escape or contacting help. I could understand that much, but it didn't make sense to me. This wasn't some isolated island. There was the cliff, sure, but you could still go down to Saranaga or go to Kami Fujiyoshi. I'd ask about that the next time I had the chance. Sorry.
気が立っちゃってごめん。春明さんだってきついでしょうに。
Sorry I got mad. It must be hard for you too.
まあ気にしないでいいよ。所詮僕はよそ者だ。
Worry about that. I'm just an
そん
outsider.
なの言わないで。
Don't say that.
ああ、言い方が悪かった。よそ者ゆえにルールがまだわからないから、もう少し静観するってこと。
Oh. Poor choice of words on my part. I mean, I'm an outsider who doesn't know the rules, so I'll just silently watch for the time being.
疲れちゃいるけど、多分普通の人よりは動揺はしてないと思うから、おとなしくしとこうってね。
I'm tired, but I think I'm less shaken by this than most people. So I figured it's best for me to stay cool.
きっと他のご年配方はもっと殺気立ってるだろうし。
I imagine even the elders here are more bothered by this.
春明さん、本当にただの大学院生？
Araki, are you really just some university graduate?
そうでなきゃなんだと？
What else could I be?
なんか異様に落ち着いてない？まるでこういう質に慣れてるみたい。
I don't know, you seem way too calm about this, like you're used to situations like this.
多分大事な神経が何本か切れてるのさ。
My nerves are pretty messed up, I guess. The small dining hall was jam-packed with people. You! You survived.
おはようございます。大変なことになったみたいですね。
Good morning. Though, I guess it's not very good considering what's going on.
ごめんなさいね。ちょっと湯飲みが足りなくて。
I'm sorry, I didn't prepare enough tea.
いえ、お構いなく。
Oh, it's okay.
てめえがやったのかよ。あ？
You did it, didn't you? The younger Oribe boy menaced me.
いや、やってないよ。どうしてそうなるの？
No, I didn't. Why would you think that?
うるせえ。入ってくるんじゃねえ。
Shut it. Where the hell do you get off strutting in like that?
よしぼうやめろ。うるせえのはお前だ。
Stop it, Yoshibo. You're the one who needs to shut it.
ああ匠兄だって言ってただろ。こいつが怪しいって。
The hell? You're the one who said this bastard's shady. Man, I hadn't expected to be treated this badly.
ガキが出る幕じゃねえっつってんだ。それにここじゃ迷惑だ。なあ、香織さん。
I'm saying, this ain't a matter for a brat like you, and you're bothering Kaori, right?
あのね、匠さん、とにかく落ち着いて、穏やかにね。
Takumi, please calm down. Let's keep it peaceful.
大丈夫だ。ちゃんと話は聞く。
It's fine. We'll talk it out.
ナムシ内大権限。ナムシ内大権限。
Thus I offer homage to Shinai the Almighty, so peace may come to pass. Thus I offer homage to Shinai the Almighty, so peace may come to pass.
やめえタイバー。演技でもねえ。それより集会堂の鍵はどこだ？
Stop, Taiba. That's a bad omen. Where's the key to the meeting hall?
植松様に預けたわよ。2、3日前、お団を直すんじゃって。
Gave it to Uematsu 2, maybe 3 days ago. She said she'd fix the podium.
姉ちゃん、いいか？
Well, Missy,
取って参ります。
I'll go and get it. That was the woman. So she wasn't just an illusion. Uematsu was her name, huh? I thought our eyes met for a second, but she just walked by me. Bah, wait!
メイコちゃん、ちょっと待っててね。
Meiko? Wait here for a moment. That girl was here too. Kyonosuke was here too. Deeper in, there was Kyonosuke Nosato, clearly irritated by something. The old man who cried wolf was there too. And not too far away was the old man who cried wolf. Just like yesterday, it was hard to tell what he was looking at, let alone thinking. They were the only ones sitting, by the way. The others were all just idly standing around.
母さん、皆さん、戻りました。
Mom, everyone, we're back.
はるちゃん、こっち。
Come in, Haro. Okay. 3 students were here. With them, the settlement's entire population had gathered. As for the outsiders, the journalists were dead, while I and the mysterious girl had survived. I didn't know the circumstances, but they probably had the reasons to be suspicious of me. Suddenly, Chiemi did something unexpected.
リカ子さん、ちょっと待ってもらえる？
Kako? Can you wait a moment? She stopped the girl who was about to go out to get the key. Each villager seemed to call her differently, so I didn't know what to call her myself.
この人、久石春明さん。皿長でバイク事故に遭った人。
This is Haruaki Fusaishi. He crashed his bike and I met him at Saranaga.
あ、どうも。
Oh, hello. An introduction now, why?
こちら、植松里香子さん。回るに末で植松。珍しいでしょ？上藤吉の長者、植松家の現当主様。
This is Rikako Uematsu. Uematsu is made of the kanji for spin and end. Pretty rare, right? I don't know. Well, she's the current head of the Uematsu household, one of the chief families from Kami Fujiyoshi.
植松里香子と申します。お見知りおきください。
I'm Rikako Uematsu. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Oh. So she was like a local celebrity, huh? Like Kyonosuke's Nosato's family?
あと、そっちのがメイコちゃん。 名前がわかんないからそう呼んでるだけだけど。
And that's Mako. We only call her that because we don't know her real name.
こんにちは。よろしくね。
Hello there, nice to meet you. The girl they called Mako trembled a bit and...
あら、
Oh my. Whoa. Sprinted through the crowd to hide behind Rikako Uematsu.
で、なんだっつうんだ、ちえみ。
So what do you want to say, Chiemi?
私は久石春明さんを宴に呼ばないことを提案します。
I suggest not inviting Haruaki Fusaishi to the feast. I felt a wave of perplexion go through the room.
ち、勝手言ってんじゃねえ。
Gee, that ain't how it works.
そいつが怪しいか怪しくねえかを宴で決めるんだろ。
The feast is there to help us decide if he's shady or not. The expressions were stern and the words harsh.
違います。私は彼がそもそも宴に参加する資格がないと言ってるの、匠兄ちゃん。
No, I'm saying he doesn't even have the right to participate in the feast.
何言ってんだ知恵ね。そいつが一番怪しいっつうの。
What the hell are you talking about? He's the shadiest of us all.
よし君、宴の支度した？
Yoshi, did you prepare for the feast?
はあ？したい。
Yeah, I did.
しなかった人いる？
Who didn't? How was I supposed to react? No one else was raising their hands, but I had no idea what they were talking
多
about.
分、はい。何のことかわからないんで。
Me, probably. I don't even know what that entails.
宴の支度をしなかったから、あの二人は汚れを受けた。
The other two who didn't prepare for the feast were taken by the corruption.
でも、春明さんは受けていない。私は、狼様が彼を無視していると思ってる。
However, Haruaki wasn't. I think the Ookami ignored him. The Ookami, as in Wolf Sama? Why the reverence? And what was she even talking about?
サラナガから来た人ではあるけど、彼は本当にただ通り過ぎただけ。
He's from
むしろ
Saranaga.
宴の邪魔になる。
Sure, but he clearly just passed by. In fact, I think he just get in the way of the feast.
いえ、むしろ宴に混ぜれば狼様の怒りを買って何が起きるかわからないとすら思う。
No, for all we know, forcing him into the feast would just make the Okami-sama mad.
ばあちゃん、どう思う？
What do you think, Ba-chan?
あんたほんまに支度をせんと無事だったんかね。
Did you really survive without preparation?
ちなみに支度って？
What was I supposed to do?
みそぎ、物意味、夢枕。
Purify, shelter, dream.
体を清める。一つの建物に一人で閉じこもる。眠って夜明けを待つ。この三つ。
Basically, cleanse your body, lock up in a single building all by yourself, and wait for dawn while asleep.
じゃあ守ってないですね。トイレに一人で入りましたけど、風呂も入らず一晩徹夜しましたから。
I didn't then. I was in the outhouse by myself, but that's it. I didn't bathe and spent the night awake. The place got all noisy. They probably didn't expect that answer.
わからんね。初めてよ。そんなことを聞いたのは。
I don't know, this never happened before. Hey, Sen sounded genuinely puzzled.
リカコさん、どう思われます？
What do you think, Rikako? I had no idea what kind of dynamics were at work here, but Chiemi asked for Rikako Uematsu's opinion.
私も賛成です。
I consent to the idea.
神内明神が裁かれないのなら、この方は山の掟の拉致外におられるのでしょう。
If our great lord Shinai chose to spare him, he must be exempt from the rules of the mountain. Her words created even more commotion.
そういうことです。
So there.
ちえみ、 分かってんのか。そいつを外すってことは。
Timmy, you know what you're doing, right? If we remove him...
大切な宴1日分、無駄な人をくくらずに済むね。
Yeah, we won't have to waste our hanging for the day.
おやっさん、どうするんだ。
Old man, what do you think? It was roundabout, but in the end, once again, the one to make the final call was Kanzo Makishima.
こいつは歌でから外す。
He won't be in the feast.
おやっさん。
Old man, but glaring directly at me, the old man walked through the gathering and approached me. Seeing him from up close, I realized how big and burly he was. It was pretty typical of someone living in a place like this, but it felt out of place on someone his age. His expression displayed both an inner strength to match his physique and a profound rage.
山の掟が通じねえなら、わしらの取り決めに従ってもらう。
If the laws of the mountain don't work on you, then it'll be our rules you follow.
さもなくば、
If you don't,
わしがてめえを
I'll shoot you dead. Spoke slowly and decisively. Man, this was uncomfortable.
ちょっと待て。彼が外されるというのならば、私やリカコさんも外していただけんかね。
Hold on, if he can be excluded, I would like the same to happen to Rikako and I.
あ、なんでだよ。
Huh? Why?
我々は上藤吉の人間だぞ。皿長の事情に付き合う必要はない。
We're from Kami Fujiyoshi. We have no reason to play along with Saranaga's business.
野里様、そうはいきません。宴の日にいりゃ、野里も上松も身車も樋口も関係ありゃせんです。
Nosato, that won't do. If you're here on the day of the feast, doesn't matter if you're Nosato, Uematsu, Miguruma, or Higuchi.
おっちゃん、その理屈だったら僕もやっすんもサボってよくなる？
Uncle, that would mean Yasun and I could leave too.
愛着されたものは話は別だろ。どうして今現在4家に属している者がこんなバカに付き合わなきゃならない？
We're both disinherited. That's different. Why must people that are still part of the four families take part in this idiocy?
あのよ、キヨ。
Listen here, Kyo.
気安く呼ぶな、ムロ。行きましょう、リカコさん。こんなもの付き合う義理はない。
Don't call me that, Muro. Let's go, Rikako. We have no reason to play with these peasants.
いいえ、野里様。藤吉に住むものならば、義理がないとは言えぬでしょう。
No, Nosato. Those in Fujiyoshi have a duty to remain present.
皆等しく、新内様の手のひらの上。それが、この安水という皿の上に乗せられただけ。
All remains in the hands of Shinai-sama. We now gather upon the platter named Yasumisu.
しかし
But
文句がありゃどこへでも行け。汚れで死ぬのが関の山よ。
you got a problem, then get out. Let the corruption take you. Kyonosuke eventually fell silent, and Rikako left to get the key, probably. She returned in no time, and everyone began leaving.
てめえは別のとこだ。
You're not coming with us.
はい。どこに行けば？
Alright. Where to then?
匠、奥の檻使えるか？
Takumi, is the cage open?
そりゃ使えるけど。あ、わかった。連れてっとく。
Well, yeah. Alright, I'll take him.
あんた、こっちだ。
Come with me. Everyone went to some hall near the village plaza, while Takumi led me elsewhere. We made our way through the tall grass between the buildings. At a dead end, next to the wild trees and a rocky cliff, there was a large cage. It even had a roof, and would have passed for a hut with a bit of work.
生け捕りにした獅子を入れとくような檻だ。悪いが、ここに入っといてもらう。
This is where we keep the live game we capture. Sorry, but you'll have to wait here.
拒否権はないってわけですか。
I can't say no, can I?
悪く思うな。みんなが宴をやってる間だけだ。そう長くはかからねえ。
It won't. Don't take it the wrong way, okay? You'll be out once we're done with the feast. It won't take long.
詳しい話を聞くのも無理。と。
And I can't get any details, huh?
ああ、そうだな。悪いとは思うが、宴に出んで済むだけで幸運と思ってくれ。
Yeah, I do feel bad about this, but you should be thankful you don't need to take part in the feast. How was I supposed to feel that way if I didn't know what the feast was? I would have asked, but he looked pretty irritated, probably because he wanted to get it over with, so I kept my mouth shut. The floor of the cage was mostly gravel, with spaces of wheat and other things littered about. There was a vague but very clear scent of beasts.
ここ、横になっていいでしょうか。眠れるときに寝といた方が良さそうだ。
Can I lie here? Can I lie down here? I figure I should sleep whenever I can.
随分ずぶといな、あんた。
Man, you're brash.
単に臆病なだけ。死にたくないだけですよ。
No, just a coward. I don't want to die is all. That was why I abandoned those people. After Takumi locked me in and left, I laid down and closed my eyes. The ground was hard and it reeked pretty bad, but it was still an improvement over the outhouse. I should have taken the time to think about what the villagers had said about my strange memories and about how I could get the hell out of here. That was what I wanted to do, but I knew that I would just be swept away by an unproductive spiral of regret if I went down that rabbit hole. Had I always been this admirable of a person? Another thing, for some reason I felt like I'd spend the entirety of this time just watching the battle. So I decided that I'd focus on resting in preparation for what was to come.
みんな座りんさった。じゃあ。
So I'm going to assume that they're going to eat the bodies. Everyone's sitting then.
読み意味の宴を始めましょうね。
Let's begin the feast of the Yomi Purge.
上松様、お願いしますよ。
Uematsu, if you may.
神内様に献上されたおみきです。伝承者から順に回し飲みしてください。
This is sacred sake presented to us by Shinai-sama. Please drink it starting from the youngest.
お酒？
That was a little baby.
あなたはお口をつけるだけ。
You just put your mouth to it.
未成年者は飲むなよ。
No drinking for you kids.
一杯くらいどうってことねえよ。
Not like it would kill me.
やめなさい、義継。安永も何か言ってやって。
Stop it, Yoshitsugu. You say something too, Yasunaga.
義継、あくまで形だけのものだから。
This is just for tradition's sake.
うるせえな。分かってるよ、兄貴。
Shut it. I know how it is.
こんなの飲みたくない。
I don't want to drink this.
はるちゃん、チュッてして。はい終了。僕も終了。
What the hell is this? Haru, just kiss it. They're done, and I'm done too.
僕もこれで。知恵ね。
Same here. Chi?
ここから大人ね。
Alright, adult time. Here I go.
私はこのくらいで。
This is enough for me.
存外にいい酒だな。では、ムロ、
It's better than I expected, Muro.
昼間っから酒が飲めるとは宴様々だな。ほらよ、おやっさん。
We're drinking sake during the day. This feast is something. Here, old man.
耐えばこぼすなよ。
Don't spill it, Taiba.
はいはい、いただきます。
I'll have it.
おじいさん、持てるかいね。
Can you hold it, mister?
酒か。
Sake.
一通り回ったか。耐えば説明せ。
That's done. Taiba, explain.
みんなお話は知っておるね。夕霧が立つとき、狼様はよみがえり、人を亡きにせんとされる。
You all know the tales, don't you? When the evening mist comes, the Okami-sama, the wolves, come back to life and try to slay the humans.
よもつ狼のお印が2つ。こたび、狼様がお二人を血戻られた。
There were two symbols of the Yomotsu Okami. That means the two wolves have risen.
じゃからあたしらは、神内様の言う通り、こうして宴して、お守り様の加護のもと、狼様を探してくくらねばいかん。
That's why we must do as Shinai-sama says. And throw feasts so we can find and hang them using the powers of the guardians some of us were given.
従わずば神内様は汚れを下される。それはとても恐ろしい死に目を見るということよ。
If we don't, we'll be taken in by the corruption. That means dying a horrible death.
汚れを受けたくなくば、宴に出て狼様を亡きにする。それがわしら安水の者の役目。
To avoid the corruption, we must have feasts to slay the wolves. That is our role as inhabitants of Yasumisu. Is this gonna be like, what was that werewolf game? You know, like people have to guess who's the werewolf, and the werewolf has to. I guess it's the werewolf game, right? Is this a VN of the werewolf game?
お姉ちゃん、亡きにするって何？
It's literally Amogus, yeah. Sister, what does slay mean?
殺すという意味よ。
It means kill.
怖い。
Scary.
大丈夫。私が守ってあげるから。
It's fine, I'll protect you.
遮って申し訳ありません。
Sorry for the interruption, Yamawaki.
ええのですよ。小さい子のすること。
Oh.
狼様かもしれんのはその子だけじゃございません。
It's okay. Children always do that. She's not the only one. Amogus. Who could be a wolf?
やれやれ、くだらん話ですな。
Good grief, what nonsense.
おいおっさん、くだらねえならとっとと出ていけや。そんで汚れで死んじまえ。
If that's what you think, then just piss off and let the corruption have you.
義継、お前は。
Yoshitsugu?
失礼だがオリベさん、自分の子にどんな教育をなさっているのかね。
Oribe, I'm concerned about your son's upbringing.
俺は勝手にグレてんだ。ババを巻き込んでんじゃねえよ。
I'm like this because I wanna be. Don't drag the hag into this.
義継、黙れ。ぶん殴るぞ。
Shut up, Yoshitsugu. I'll punch you.
あ？匠にまで何威張ってんだ。
The glasses is a wolf. Easy. Yeah, he is looking like a wolf. He wolfing. And probably the girl with the bow. Huh? Takumi? The hell are you acting tough for?
殴るっつったら殴る。よしもキヨも一緒だ。お前らちょっと黙れ。
If I say I'll punch you, I will. You too, Kyo. So just shut up and listen.
貴様にそんな根性はなかろう。
Huh, you don't have the guts.
言われてんぜ。
Hear that?
大人は無駄に根性試しをしねえ。それはともかくタイばあちゃん。俺やっぱり納得できねえよ。
Adults don't let stuff like that get to them. Anyways, This doesn't seem right to me.
その話、俺らはずっと聞かされてきたが、ずっとわからねえことがある。
I've been hearing about this ever since I was young, but it never made sense to me.
俺らはずっとここで育ってきた。メイコ以外はみんな顔見知りだ。
We've been here for as long as we can remember. With the exception of Mako, we all know each other.
狼様が入れ替わってる。そんなわけねえよ。みんな普段通りだ。
They've been replaced by wolves? Like hell? They're the same as always.
匠、甘えこと言ってんじゃね
え。Takumi, you're being naive.
なんだよ、おやさん。怪しい奴がいるっつうの。
They said it again! What? You're saying there's someone shady among us?
どいつも怪しい。
Everyone's shady.
おじいちゃん。
Yeah. Her and glasses, I'm saying.
春も気をつけ。
You be careful too, Haru.
けだものでも人を騙す。人ならなおさらよ。
Even beasts can trick people, and people trick better than any beast.
こん中にわしらを騙して平然としとるもんはおる。
It's literally Among Us, the game. There are things here acting like they're one of us.
なんでそう断言できるんです？
Why are you so confident?
昔のもんの言葉には真実がある。
There's truth in what the ancestors said.
まあいいですけど。
Well, if you say so.
安水のパープーの言ってきたことだろう。
That's just what Yasumisu numbskulls say, isn't it?
近持ち。
あんたはまたそんな。
Again, you irreverent little.
もっち、やめとけって。すみません。それでどうするんですか？
Mochi, stop that. I'm sorry. What do we do now?
どうって話し合いで決めんだろ。
Wait, Mochi was a girl? What do you mean? We talk and decide, right?
話し合いで決まるのかな。しかもこの中の誰かを殺すという決定をでしょう。
Why does Anon know so much about this? Is he a wolf? Is he a wolf among us?
全員が自分の考えを言う。それで納得のいく意見を絞り込む。
Everyone will say what they think, then we'll narrow it down to the most reasonable opinion.
知恵ね、どう思う？
Chie, what do you think?
少なくとも全員怪しくないと思う人と全員怪しいと思う人がいる時点で破綻してると思うけど。
I think it's a mess. We already have people who think no one's shady and those who think everyone is.
決まるはずのない会議を永遠やっても苦痛なだけ。それに耐えかねてみんな偉い人の鶴の一声を望み始めるし。
Yammering on and on about something that can't be reasonably decided is a waste of time. Besides, in the end, this is just going to be decided by whoever's most influential.
地位は何が言いて？
What are you getting at?
ちえみ、あんま心配すんな。俺らは安水の釜の飯食って暮らしてきたもん同士だぞ。なんとかなる。なんとか。
Don't worry too much, Chiemi. Most of us here are Yasumisu brothers and sisters. It'll work out in the end.
匠兄ちゃんの仲間思いなとこすごく嬉しいけど。
I appreciate that you're being so considerate, but
その仲間から一人選んで殺すんだよ。
we're talking about killing someone here.
もっと嫌なこともあるよ。仲間から選びたくなかったら仲間じゃない人から選べばいい。
Plus, it gets worse. If you don't want to pick someone close to you, you'll choose someone else.
自分がそんなに好きじゃない人とか、ここに来て日が浅い人とか。
Someone you don't like or a stranger.
少なくともそういう理由では絶対に選ばないようにしないと大変な間違いをしちゃうんじゃないかな。
Personally, I think you shouldn't let that kind of thing affect your decision. It'd be a grave mistake.
だから俺はそもそも殺すとか頭おかしいからやめようぜって方向にまとめてんだよ。
Hey, I'm trying to say that killing and all that crap is insane and we should stop it.
匠、それはいかん。
Could be Takumi. He's so adamant for not killing. That won't do, Takumi.
ばあちゃんだってこう言い出す。だからじっくり話してだろ。
Ba-chan's saying the same thing. That's why we gotta talk it out, you know? I know what you're trying to say, but...
ちょっと
Can I?
はーい、はるちゃんが喋ります。
Haru's speaking.
知恵姉が連れてきた男が記者の人たち殺したとか、そういうのないのかな。
What's the likelihood of the guy Chie brought being the one who killed the journalists?
出るそばから。
See, what did I just say?
僕はないと思うよ。勘だけど。みんなどうですか？
I don't think he did. That's just my gut. What about you guys?
匠にあいつが怪しいっつってたろ。
Akumi, you said he's shady.
ああ、怪しいと思ったさ。しかしチエミの言う通り、そんな理由じゃ決めねえ方がいいだろう。
Yeah, I did, but like Chiemi said, we should make decisions based on that.
それに、あいつは変なやつだが、ああいうことをやりそうなやつじゃないような気がする。
Also, the guy's weird, but I don't think he'd do something like that.
それは私も賛成だけどね。とにかく私たちの問題なんだから、私たちで解決するべきだと思う。
I'm with you on that. This is our problem, so we should solve it by ourselves.
それだって好みで選んでることに他ならんだろう。
Isn't that basically choosing someone based on who you like?
じゃあ清之助さんはどうやって決めるべきだと思います？
So how do you think we should choose Kiyonosuke?
結局こういった場で決める手段といえば多数決しかないものだよ。
I
織
believe
部安永君。
majority rule is the most reliable method here. Yasunaga Oribe?
民主主義万歳ってわけです。らしくもないですね。
Hail democracy and all that. That's not very like you.
私はそれ以外にこれだけの人間の意見をまとめる手段など存在しないと言っているのだよ。
I'm merely saying that there's no better way to get the common opinion of this many people.
第一、話し合いで納得というのも結局は大多数が合意する結論を取るということだろう。多数決に他ならん。
We need ranked voting. That's only for picking waifus. Also, talking it out and making a decision then is basically taking the conclusion most people agree with. No, that's the same as majority rule.
そうでなければ、それこそ君の言った鶴の一声。つまり有力者の独断で決まることになるのだろう。
Otherwise, like you mentioned, everything would be decided by whoever had the most influence.
安水の有力者とは牧島勘三しかね。それとも山脇多江さんかね。そして殺されるのは住人でない私か。
Who would that be here in Yasumisu? Kanzo Makishima? Tei Yamawaki? And who would be killed? Me, of course, the non-local.
当のお偉方本人が狼かもしれないという状況でだ。バカらしいと思わないかね。
Isn't that foolish, considering the people deciding might themselves be wolves?
野里さん。
Nosato.
言っておくが、私は死ぬのはごめんだ。それならば、せめて無力より一票の力を保てる方法を望みたいね。
Just so you are aware, I have no intention of dying. At the very least, I want a method where I have a say in what happens.
俺は反対だ。多数決だ。そりゃ結論は出るだろうよ。正しいかどうかは別としてな。
I'm against that. Majority rule. Yeah, you'll get a conclusion, but there's no guarantee it'll be right.
俺はやっぱりちゃんと話し合って決めるしかねえと思う。
I still think talking it out and deciding then is the best.
ちなみに話し合いをするとなると何を話し合うんです？
Speaking of which, what would we even talk about?
タイバーちゃん、宴には山のお守りの力を貸すって話だよね。
Taiba, you said something about the guardians of the mountain lending us the raid, right?
そうよ。蛇様、猿様、カラス様、それに雲様が力をお貸しくださる。
Yes, the snake, the monkey, the crow, and the spider will lend us the raid.
詳しいことわかる？
You know the details.
蛇はの。
The snake.
うわ、じじい知ってんのかよ。
Ah, old fart, you know about it?
蛇はの。狼が誰か山に来てる。
The snake can ask the mountain who's a wolf.
猿だけ2匹おる。お互いが猿じゃと知っておる。
The two monkeys, they both know who the other monkey is.
カラスはくくられたもんが狼じゃったかどうか山に聞ける。
The crow can ask the mountain if the hang one is it's literally Werewolf, the game.
狼から一晩だけ他人を守ってやれるよ。山に頼める。
The spider can ask the mountain to protect someone from the wolves, but only for one night.
その通りじゃと私も聞いておりますよ。
That's
お
what
じいさん。
That's what I've been told too.
狼来たの。
The wolf has come.
あんたこれを知っとったのですか。あんたボケとるかと思うたが信心があったのね。
I wasn't aware you knew this. I thought you were just senile, but it looks like you're pious too.
おじいちゃんのことは置いといて、じゃあこの中の誰かがそれぞれの力を受けてるはずだってこと？
That means some of us here should have those powers.
それってどういうこと？というか神様とかお守りとか本当にあるの？
What do you mean? Do God and the Guardians even exist?
ただ昔話になぞらえて誰かが人殺しをしてるだけじゃ。
Isn't it just some serial killer using old folk tales as a cover?
はるちゃんや神様はちゃんとおる。
Haru, God really does exist. What? Atheists destroyed?
そんなの信じてるだけでしょ？
You just believe he does.
そんなことはない。みんな生まれてからこれまでに神内様のお姿を見とるはずじゃ。
No, all of us must have seen Shinai-sama at least once in our lives.
そんなの。
But that's...
はるちゃん落ち着いて。大丈夫？
Calm down, Haru. Are you alright?
うん。ごめん。
Yeah, sorry.
真偽はともかく今は分かってることを情報として整理するところだよ。いろいろと決めるのはまだ早い。
Whether it's true or not, we should start by putting together what we know. It's too early to decide anything.
さっきのお守りのカゴの話、もっと分かりやすくしよう。
Let's make the Guardian thing a bit easier to understand.
若い子はもっとちゃんと昔の話を覚えんといかんね。
Can't you youngins remember the old tales better?
蛇は見破る。猿は手を取る。カラスは味を見る。雲は守る。
The snake sees, the monkeys hold hands, the crow tastes, spider protects.
蛇は大衆に紛れた狼を発見することができた。ちなみに蛇は身車家の守護獣でもある。
The snake can discover the wolves among the people. It is also the guardian beast of the Miguruma family.
猿は守護する者同士が狼でないことを確実に知っている。猿は樋口家の守護獣でもありますが。
The monkeys know for certain that the other monkey isn't a wolf, the guardian beast of the Higuchi family.
カラスは死んだ者が狼かどうか知ることができる。我が野里家の守護獣がカラスだ。
The crow can tell if the one who died was a wolf or not. It's my family, Nosato's guardian beast.
貧乏くさいよね。
黙れ。
This is
そ
silence.
して雲は誰かの家に狼が入ることを防ぐ。雲は植松家を守護している。
And the spider can keep the wolves from entering someone's home. It's the Uematsu's guardian.
そうですね。それぞれの家の門にもそれぞれのお守りがあしらわれています。
Indeed, each family's crest represents their guardians
で
too.
も実際はそれぞれの加護を受けた人はどうやってその力を借りるんだろう。
But how do those chosen by these guardians use their
蛇
powers?
は夜他の生きとるもんの名前を何かに書いて枕の下に置いて寝る。
The snake writes the name of one still living person on something and puts it under the pillow before the bed.
僕はさ
Before bed.
それが人か狼様か神内様に教えてもらえるそうよ。
This is so silly. I can't take this game seriously anymore. The next morning, Shinai-sama tells them whether it's a human or a
猿
wolf.
は2人おって加護を受けた時にもう一人の猿が誰かを神内様に教わるそうじゃ。
There are two monkeys inside you. And Shinai-sama tells them who the other monkey is the moment they're granted protection.
カラスは前の日にくくられたもんが人かどうか知れるそうだわね。
The crow is told whether the person who was hanged the day before is a human or not.
雲は他の生きとるもんの名前を何かに書いて枕に敷けばそのもんは一晩狼様から守られる。
The spider writes the name of one still living person and places it on their pillow. That person will be protected from the wolves, but only for one night.
そうしてお守り様方の力を借りてあたしらはくくる一人を選ばねばならんということ。
With these methods, we must use the powers of the guardians to pick someone to hang each day.
狼様をみんなくくれば勝ち。
If we
狼様にみんなやられれば負けよ。
get all the wolves, we win. If the wolves get everyone else, we lose.
やすくん、わかったかいね。
It sounds like a lame-ass board game.
わかりました。
Yes, but
けど
そもそもばあちゃんどっからそんなの聞いたんだ。
where did you even learn
あ
this?
たしはあたしのおばあちゃんに聞いたのよ。
I learned it from my Oba-chan.
とにかくそれじゃ長者それぞれの血筋の人がそれぞれの加護を受けてるってことよね。
Wait, that means that those who have village head family blood have their guardians, right?
それはどうかな。身車家の演者は絶縁者含めてここにはいないし。
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, we don't have anyone with Miguruma blood, disowned or not.
宴でお守りが誰に力を授けるかは気まぐれだと聞いております。
I heard that the guardians are very fickle about who they lend their aid to.
じゃあ誰なの？
Then who are they?
下手に明かせば狼様に狙われるかもしれない。
If they reveal it, they might make themselves targets for the wolves.
そんなこと言ってたらそれこそ何も話が進まねえだろう。
Oh, this is so lame.
そうかしら。例えば
I think so. What if...
めんどくせえ。ダラダラしてても話が進まねえだけだ。
Screw this, we're wasting time here.
みんな聞いてくれ。蛇の守護を受けたのは俺だ。
Listen up, my guardian's the snake. What? Huh?
匠にそれは本当なの？というかどうやってそれが
Takumi? Is that true? How do you even know that?
言い忘れておったよ。お守りはね、夢枕に立つ。そして選ばれた者に印を残す。
I forgot to explain that. The guardians come when we're dreaming and leave a mark for their chosen ones.
お力をお借りするならば、頼りにしたためて枕元に入れればいい。印により答えが示される。
If you wish to borrow their power, write it up and put it in your pillow. The mark will give you their answer.
そうだ。俺にも印があった。夢は正直覚えてねえな。
Yeah, I had a mark on me. I don't remember the dream though.
蛇は見破る。じゃあ匠兄ちゃんにはこの場の誰が狼かもう分かってるってことなの？
It's so her. The snake sees.
さっき言ったじゃろう。頼りにしたためねばならん。それも選べるのは一夜に一人だけ。
No, as I said, he has to write it up, and he can only choose one person per night.
明日の朝になるまで分からないってこと？
So we won't know anything until tomorrow morning?
そうじゃ。
Yes.
一つ聞いていいかね、ムロ。
Can I ask something, Muro?
なんだよ。
What is it?
君はどうしてそんな極めて重大な情報を何のリターンもないこのタイミングで開示したのだ。
Why did you reveal such important information for no reason?
どうしてって。他に決める材料がねえから。
What do you mean, why? We have no other information to go on.
聞いた限りだと蛇の能力はとても大事です。狼にとっては非常に手強い相手だと言える。
Based on what's been said, the snake's power is very important. It makes you a very powerful asset in the fight against the wolves. What if he's tricking us? Maybe.
だからそれを簡単に明かしてしまうと匠兄が危ないってことに。
So revealing it like you did puts you in grave danger.
そんなもん怖くねえよ。
I ain't scared at all.
なぜ怖くないと言えるんだね、君は。相手はあんな風に人を殺す化け物だぞ。
How can you say that? Did you see what those monsters did to those people?
なんだ、化け物とか信じてるじゃん。
Oh, so you believe in monsters?
今のは言葉のあやだ。とにかく今、我々は一つの武器を失ったということになる。
It was a figure of speech. Anyway, this turn of events has cost us a valuable weapon.
勝手に決めてんじゃねえ。お前に何がわかるってんだ。おい。
You don't decide that. You don't know crap.
わかるとも。皆様、聞いていただきたいのですがね。
Yes, I do. Listen to me, everyone.
この場で何か言えば、それは狼に情報提供していることでもあるんだ。
Anything you say here is free information for the wolves.
明かさなくていいことは明かさずに話を進めるべきだ。そうではないかね。え？
We should talk things out without overplaying our hands, yeah?
そうですね。それで一つ思いついたことがあるんですけど。
That's true, and it gave me an idea.
今私が喋っているんだ。
I'm the one speaking now.
黙れ、兵六。やす、言え。
Quiet, fool. Yasu, speak. Huh?
匠兄が正体を明かしたことを極力有効に利用するには、彼を雲に守ってもらうのがいいと思う。
To make the best use of Takumi's reveal, the spider should protect him.
この中にいる雲は正体を明かさずに夜、頼りをしたためるとかして匠兄を守るのがいい。
The spider among us, without revealing his or her identity, should write down his name, I suppose, and protect him.
これで匠兄は助かる。どうかな？
That would keep him safe. What do you think?
いいんじゃねえか。
Sounds good to me.
やす。おやすさん。
Old man.
匠は今日安全になる。蛇にこうと誰かを調べる。
You'll be safe today. Ask the snake to tell you about someone.
匠兄ちゃんが明日調べた結果は間違いなく正しいってことね。
Whatever he finds out will definitely be correct, right?
そうなるね。
Right.
匠兄ちゃん、誰を調べてどんな結果が出ても嘘を言わないって誓える？
Takumi, can you promise you won't lie no matter who you investigate and what result you get?
そんなもん決まって。
Of course I...
決まってるさ。
Of course I won't.
じゃあ今日はそれでいいんじゃない？何の証拠もないのに誰かを殺すとかやっぱり無理があると思う。
Isn't that good enough for today? I don't think we can hang anyone without any kind of proof.
本当にそれでいいのかよ。
You sure that's okay?
何かまずいと思うのか？
Why wouldn't it be?
別に。ただ待つってのが性に合わねえだけだ。
Sitting around and waiting doesn't suit me, okay?
それはわかるけど。あ、でも匠兄が誰を調べるかはみんなの前で言っておいた方がいい。
I know that, but oh, by the way, I think Takumi should tell us who he will investigate. Why?
匠兄が誰かを調べて、その結果が匠兄に不都合だったとき、別の人を占ったって嘘つくのを防げる。
So if you investigate someone else and don't like the result, you can't lie that you actually investigated someone else.
嘘なんてつかねえよ。
What the? I wouldn't lie.
合理的だな。安水の者には情の熱い室には必須の条件と言える。
That's reasonable. I'd say it's necessary for Muro, considering how sympathetic he is to Yasumisu's inhabitants.
別に匠兄ちゃんに限らないでしょ。身内は誰だってかばいたいもん。でも今はそんな場合じゃないし。
He's not that special in that regard. Everyone wants to protect their own, but the situation doesn't allow that.
あと利点がもう一つ。誰を優先的に調べたらいいかって点は少なくともみんなで話し合えるでしょ。
There's another positive to that. We can all discuss and decide who we should investigate first, right?
そうだな。そのくらいの話し合いはしておきてえところだ。ちなみに安永は誰がいいと思う？
True. I'd like to talk about that too. Who do you think I should go for, Yasunaga?
僕はちょっとわからないけど、それこそ不当に選ばれそうな人は先に調べておいた方が安心かな。
How long is the scene? Too long. I'm not sure, but I think we should start with the one who's most likely to be unjustly chosen to be hanged. Is it us or Glasses?
では私を調べてもらえないか。正直なところを言えば、そうでもないと発言権すら得られなさそうなのでね。
That would be me. Honestly, I feel as though I can't even speak if I'm not confirmed to be human. You're speaking quite a lot if you ask me.
じゃあ、キヨを調べる。それでいいか。
Then I'll investigate Kyo. Is that okay?
異論はねえな。じゃあ、ジョー。
Fine by me.
誰も吊るさ
And we're not hanging anyone today.
本当にそれでいいのかね。
Is that really fine? Yeah, it's gonna be fine. That's it for today. I was woken up by several
本
voices.
当に寝てる。あ、起きた。
No, who is it? The Glasses guy is gonna die tonight. The wolves are gonna kill him. So, big guy Takumi is gonna waste his turn. So stupid. And then like day 3 they're gonna catch one wolf, and then by day 7 it's gonna be a race against the clock to find out who it is.
今日のは終わったぞ。待たせたな。
We're done for today. Sorry for the wait.
それはよかった。いたたたた。
To hear. Ow. Unfortunately, waking up proved that this whole mess wasn't just a nightmare.
その宴とかっていうのは単なる儀式なんです。不吉を退けるような類の。
So this is the feast some sort of ritual, the kind you do to ward off evil or whatever?
いや、寄り合いみたいなもんだ。
No, it's more of a gathering.
なるほど。犯人探しをする。ね。
I see. So you try to find the culprit.
春明さん、くちばしの突っ込み方がだんだん露骨になってきてる。
Rocky, you don't beat around the bush, do you?
うん。どうやら純然たる被害者らしいということに気づいたので、それなら自衛のために知識を仕入れようかと。
Yeah, I realized I'm a real victim here, so I need information. It's a tall order to stay alive without any.
匠兄ちゃん、私の方から説明しといていい？
Takumi, can I tell him about this?
ああ、そうだな。頼む。俺は片付けやらなんやらしねえと。
Yeah, better you than me. I gotta go clean up and stuff. Takumi walked away.
片付けってもしかして、遺体を片付けるの？
Clean up? The bodies, I assume.
そうだね。タエバーちゃんあたりが読み人は皿長に流せとか言いそう。
Yeah, Taiba probably won't let us off until we've sent the Yomibito to Saranaga. You're supposed to preserve the scene of a crime, right? This is doing the exact opposite. Then again, it didn't seem like anyone expected the cops to show up in the first place.
じゃあ早速、聞きたいことがあるけど。
Here's my first question then.
場所を移そうか。邪魔が入らない場所に。
Let's take this somewhere more private.
ここは
This is... Jimmy took me to the place where I met Rikako Uematsu and Meiko. It was a grass field with stones littered all over. It bordered Saranaga.
私たちの信仰の中心は、ある意味ここ、首吊り松の墓所。
You could say this is the heart of our religion, the graveyard of the hanging pine.
随分と物騒な名前だ。
Now that's a hell of a name. The place was filled with dense mist. but it was probably thinner than that in the rest of the settlement. The sunlight seemed brighter here. I could see a bit farther. The hanging pine had to be the old-looking tree at the edge.
ここは墓地なの?
Is this really a graveyard?
そう。集落の方の岩はなんだかわからないけど、ここのやつは明確にお墓。
Yes, I don't know about the ones in the actual settlement, but these stones are all graves.
春明さん、最初にここ通った時に墓石にけつまずいてたでしょ。ダメだよ。ごめんなさいしなきゃ。
Remember how you tripped on one of them? Pretty bad move, huh? Better apologize.
そうだったのか。その時に言ってほしい。安水のご先祖様たち、すみませんでした。
Seriously? You should have told me sooner. Asamisu's ancestors. I'm so sorry.
ごめん。怖がっちゃうと思ってさ。
Sorry, I thought that would scare you.
緊急避難とはいえ、こんな半分廃墟みたいで化け物もいる村に来てもらうんだから。
I know you didn't really have a choice, but I brought you to a half-ruined village with monsters in it.
君は化け物を信じているのか?
Do you believe in monsters? I asked, ignoring what I seen for myself.
うん。信じてる。
Yeah, I do. Chiami's voice resounded through the impossibly thick, cloudy air.
君は信じないタイプだと思ってた。
I didn't think you were the type.
春明さんは信じる人を気持ち悪いって思っちゃうタイプかな？
And you're the type who's weirded out by that?
それは言い過ぎかも。
I wouldn't go that far.
嘘だ。顔に書いてある。
Bull. I could see it all over your face. Was it that obvious? It wasn't like I found it disgusting or anything. I just didn't think I could get along with people who believed stuff like that despite a lack of actual proof. That was probably how it was.
じゃあ理由を聞きたいな。
Can I have a reason?
理由？そんなのないよ。
What? I don't have one.
そうは思えないんだが。
Not sure I believe that.
言ったら、そうだな。
Well, if I do,
神様を見たことがあるから。
it's because I've seen God. That was,
ほら、気持ち悪い。
See, you're weirded out.
詳しく聞かせてほしい。
Tell me more.
おっと、引かないね。でもそれはともかく、もっと直近の危機について話そうよ。
Wow, not bailing out after all. For now, let's just focus on the immediate issue. She was hiding something. It was either that hard to explain or a lot more important than she was acting. You think she's the spider? Because of her bangs that are all spider-like?
宴とやらについてか。
Character Design 101.
まあ今はそれでいいや。
About this feast thing. Alright then.
Chiemi explain!
イエーイ! 説明って意味ね。
Yay, I've been waiting for this. The graveyard probably wasn't the place to joke around like this, but at least you could see past your nose, and it didn't seem like we had to worry about anyone eavesdropping. I tried putting together everything Chiemi had told me. First, Fujiyoshi Village had a unique legend. There might have been similar ones somewhere outside, but I just treat it as Fujiyoshi exclusive for the time being. The people here worshipped a god called the Great Lord Shinai, the avatar Shinai or just Shinai-san. Also, the mountain in this village was on what was called Mount Shinai, meaning this religion defined a mountain. Anyway, sometime in the past, not known when, Shinai had helped the people living here by sending 5 beasts called guardians. However, just like nature could be really harsh, he had a scary side too, and if you didn't follow his laws of the mountain, he would curse you without mercy. The Okami-sama was the ultimate form of his cruelty. Though the Okami-sama watched over the hunt, the Okami-sama also oppressed, tortured, and punished humans. The other guardians, though, were largely benevolent ones. The snake predicted the weather and harvest yields, bolstering the humans' prosperity. The monkeys defied the wolves, secretly teaching the people of fire, along with other important bits of knowledge. The crow pecked at and ate up the flesh of the Yomibito, the enemies of Shinai. The spider warded off the Yomibito and ensured that the humans slept and dreamt soundly. The Yomibito did indeed mean people from Yomi, as in the land of the dead, but apparently it wasn't very clear what they actually were. But just as I would suspect before, it was thought that they had something to do with the corruption, death, and the land of Yomi. The most likely idea was that they were the dead that had returned from Yomi to bring harm to the people still alive. At the start of the legend, Shinai-san, the animals, and humans were facing the Yomibito. Apparently, that was still how it was in Kami Fujiyoshi, the leading part of Fujiyoshi. It was the basis of the teachings of the great Lord Shinai's religion. Thanks to that, the five beasts, including the Okami and Shinai, were still worshipped there. In Yasumisu, however, things were a bit different. The legend here had a turning point when the humans, snake, monkeys, crow, and spider cooperated to kill the Okami. With the destruction of their cruel rule, the human village experienced great growth. That had been when the four head families who were sent to have the blood of the four guardians in their veins were formed. The snake was Miguruma, the monkey were Higuchi, the crow was Nosato, and the spider was Uematsu. However, it didn't end there. The Okami joined the Yomibito side and became a sinister creature that wanted to bring harm to humans. The Saranaga Rapids were Yomibito territory, and the Okami appeared from there whenever the evening mists came. The Okami would then kill inhabitants, take their form, and act like them. But at night, they would show their true self and brutalize the real inhabitants. That's why the people of Yasumisu, who lived next to the Saranaga Rapids, had to stop them. For that, Great Lord Shinai created an event called the Feast of the Yomi Purge. Despite the name, it was no banquet, but a ritual to kill the wolf. In the feasts, the villagers were allowed to kill one person a day. You had to basically kill your own people, something that was taboo for ages. It was permitted here in order to rid the group of the wolf. Some humans were given the powers of the guardians, snake, monkey, crow, and spider. It was like a banquet of betrayal. They all drank some sake and chose someone to kill.
それが 今ここで起きてることの大体の説明かな。
That more or less explains everything. And again, you know, Chiemi did find us in the river, Rapids River, so she could be a wolf too.
なるほど。
I see. There was a lot to unpack, but I got the gist of it. Basically, the humans betrayed the Okami, one of their guardian divinities, and were still paying the price. But there were some points I didn't really get.
ちえみちゃんにだけ言うけど、僕はどうもその狼様ってのを見たかもしれない。
I won't tell this to anyone else but you, but I'm pretty sure I saw the Okami-sama.
嘘。どこで？
No way, where?
トイレのドアの隙間から見えたようなって感じなんだけど。
I just took a peek through a space in the outhouse door, so I didn't get a good look. I couldn't tell her that I had a realistic dream where I was killed.
人間の体に狼の頭だったような気がする。
It had a human body and the head of a wolf, I think.
嘘。
No way.
ああ、それはこいつマジで目撃してるって意味でいいのかな。
Can I take that as he seriously saw it?
うん。新内さんのお祭りでも狼様は人身露面で描かれるし、上藤吉に祀られてる像もそうだし。
Yeah, a human body and a wolf head matches up with the depiction of the Okami-sama in Shinai's festivals and the deified images in Kami Fujiyoshi.
ちなみに僕はその前後に女性の悲鳴を聞いている。だから僕はあいつが間宮さんを殺したのだと思った。
Before I saw it though, I heard a woman scream, so I figured that thing killed Mamiya.
それはいわゆる血祭りなのか？殺して入れ替わるの話だったら彼女の死体が出るわけはないし。
Was that the brutalization you told me about? I mean, if it killed and replaced her, you wouldn't have her body, right?
ごめん、説明し忘れた。新内さんの掟は厳しいから、逆らうと様々な罰が与えられるそうで。
Sorry, I forgot to tell you something. Shinai is very strict with his laws and gives various punishments to those who break them.
さっき言ってたやつのことかな。
You mentioned something like that.
つまりその
Basically,
宴の支度としてお風呂に入って一人で鍵かけて閉じこもって寝るというのに触れちゃったから。
They broke the rule of preparing for the feast by bathing, locking up in a room all by yourself and sleeping.
だから汚れで死んじゃったということだと思うわけ。
That's why it's believed they died to the corruption. I couldn't see how you could get such mutilated corpses from something called the corruption. There was something more important.
ということはあの夜、君はその掟の存在も知らせずに僕を便所マン化し、挙句に死なせる気満々だったんだな。
Basically, you didn't tell me about the laws and turned me into Toilet Man so I could die, huh?
違うよ。
No.
ね、正直よそ者はどうやっても助からないって思ったんだ。
Listen, I honestly thought there was no way an outsider could survive.
だけどせめてもしかしたら生き残れるかもしれない方法を伝えたくて。見殺しは嫌だったから。
But I wanted to at least find a way that gave you a shot at making it through the night, because I didn't want to let you die.
そしてなんと本当に生き残ったと。
And look at that, I actually survived.
春明さんには悪いけど相当意外だった。
Yeah. Sorry, but I didn't really expect this.
残念だったね。ブッシュ殺されなくて。
Shame I didn't get splashed, huh?
ふざけないで。私は春明さんが死ななくて本当に良かったと思ってる。
Don't be like that. I'm actually really glad you didn't die. I wasn't sure how to feel about this, but hey, at least she tried, right?
じゃああの悲鳴は結局間宮さんの断末魔なのか？それとも狼にやられた別の誰か？
So that scream really was Mamiya, huh? Or was it someone who got brutalized?
それはちょっと。
No, I'm not really sure.
例えばぶっちゃけてあの時の悲鳴が君のもので 君はすでに狼だって話も考えられるのか？
From what you told me, it's possible that that was your scream and that the Okami already replaced you.
まあ話の上はもちろん私は自分が狼じゃないって知ってるし、そう言うけど。
Well, it's possible, but I know full well I'm no wolf, and that's what I'm gonna say.
みんなそう言いますよと。
Just like everyone else, huh?
その通りだけどね。
Fair point. Now this was a
質
predicament.
問その1。
Question 1.
はいどうぞ。
Ask away.
狼様が2人いるってことの根拠はあのマークだけなの？
Are those marks the only proof that there are two wolves? I recall the strange symbols on the large rock, the two warped diamonds with spirals inside.
あれは読みから戻った狼様の印だから、あれが2つあるってことは2人だってことだと思う。
Yeah, that mark represents the Okami returning from Yomi. So since there are two marks, it stands to reason there are two wolves.
憶測なわけだね。
So it's speculation.
でも多分そうだよ。山祭りっていうのがあって、毎年お守りの仮装行列みたいなのが出るんだけど。
There's not much reason to question it though. We have these annual mountain festivals and there's always a guardian costume parade.
狼様の役が何人出るか似たような方法で発表されるから。
The number of wolves in the parade is announced in a similar way.
そもそも狼様は複数人いるのが普通なのか？
So it's normal for there to be multiple wolves?
一応神内様の社には3人の狼様の像が飾ってある。
Yeah, in Shinai's shrine, for example, you have 3 wolf statues.
お祭りに何人の狼様が出るかは占いか何かで身車が決めてるみたいだけど、決まったら夜の間にサインを出すんだ。
For the festival, the Migurama divine the number of wolves or something, then record that number overnight.
ああやって岩に何か書くのか。
By leaving ghost marks on the stone, huh?
置き場、ああいう岩は上富士吉にないから。そうじゃなく、社の境内の地面に描かれるらしいよ。
No, Kami Fujiyoshi doesn't have Okiba, those stones. I mean, so they apparently draw them on the shrine grounds.
らしい。
Apparently.
安水のものはお守りのご来訪を安水で待つ習わしだから見たことないんだ。
People of Yasumizu are taught to wait for the guardians in Yasumizu, so I never saw the marks myself.
とにかくその時にあのマークが1個書かれてたら行列には1人だけ狼様の役がいると。
So one of those marks in Kami Fujiyoshi means one wolf in the parade.
厳密には違うかな。上富士吉の狼様のサインはもっとちゃんとした綺麗なひし形だし。
Not exactly. The wolf sign in Kami Fujiyoshi isn't as warped for one.
あのひし形にぐるぐるってなったのは地獄から復活した狼様のサインで、その話って安水にしかないし。
The mark with the spiral in the diamond is only the sign of the wolves that came back from Yomi. It's a Yasumiso thing, so they don't have it in Kami Fujiyoshi.
なるほど。でもどっちにしろ、そこで示された数の分だけ狼様が行列に加わると。
I see, but still, the number of wolves and marks match up.
そうそう。お祭りだと3人いたらめでたいらしいよ。
Yep, a 3-wolf festival is considered good luck there. Chiemi herself didn't look the least bit happy to talk about it. Anyway, all I had to take from this was that there were at most 3 Okami-sama wolves. I had to fix my perception of the situation. The wolves were a group of 3 werewolves. I wasn't too well versed in myths and folklore, but I certainly hadn't heard of any Japanese myth about werewolves or wolfmen. I did hear of Jinmenken and of possession by fox spirits, but werewolves did seem like a very European thing. On the other hand, the fact that there were 3 of them seemed pretty standard. I guess it had something to do with presentation, trinities and all that. Although, the idea of 3 werewolves did seem a bit excessive in terms of content. Anyway, I now had a better grasp of the situation. That made it easier to understand what was going on here.
じゃあ他の守護獣の加護を受ける人は
What about
何
the,
人いるの？
what about the humans who got guardians? How many of them are there?
猿だけ2人で他は1人だよ。神内神社の像もその数だし。
There are 2 monkeys, but only one of the rest.
そうか。じゃあお守りが5人に狼が2人、他はただの人と。
I see. So there are 5 guardians, 2 wolves, and the rest are humans.
狼が複数いるのは参ったな。
It's pretty bad that there's two wolves.
手強いって意味で？
Because that makes them strong.
それもあるけど、1日に1人しか殺せないんだろう。複数いればそれだけ全滅までに時間がかかることになる。
That's one reason, but you can only kill 1 per day, right? If there's multiple, getting them all will take some more
あ
time.
あ、そうか。狼が1人しかいなかったらカラスもいるはずないのか。
Oh yeah, I just realized the crow would kind of be pointless. Would be kind of pointless if there was only 1 wolf.
どうして？
Why?
カラスの能力は死体が狼か人間かを判別するってものだよね。
The crow's ability lets them tell whether the corpse is a wolf or a human, right?
つまり狼が死んでも変身が解けて正体を晒したりはしない。
That means
多
the
分普
wolf
通に人間っぽい死体が残るんだ。
doesn't transform back into a wolf even when it dies. The corpse stays
だ
human.
からカラスの能力は有用になる。彼がいなければ鑑定はできないってわけ。
That makes the crow's power useful. You wouldn't be able to tell if a wolf was dead otherwise.
それはそうかも。だけどそれと狼の数の関係は？
Yeah, that's true. But what does that have to do with the number of wolves?
もし狼が1人しかいないとします。狼が殺されました。何が起きる？
Imagine if there was only 1 wolf. They killed him. What happens next?
ちえみさん思考停止中。
I got nothing.
答えは何も起きない。正確には狼による殺人が止まる。ゲームクリア。人類の勝利ってわけだ。
Game clear. Exactly that. Nothing. Or rather, the wolves won't kill any more people. Game over. Humans win.
あ、そういうことか。つまり狼が1人だけなら殺人の有無イコール狼の生死。
So if there was only 1 wolf, you could tell he was dead because the killings would stop.
カラスの加護がいらないんだ。
And the crow would be
ご
pointless.
明察。
春明さん鋭い。
いや、
Wow, you're sharp.
気づいても何にもならないポイントだし。
Well, it's not like this information is very useful.
にしてもこの状況でよく頭が回るよ。やっぱただの学生じゃなくない？
I'm still impressed by how you keep cool in this mess. You're not just some student, are you?
じゃあなんだって言うんだい？
What else would I be?
探偵とか。
A detective?
いいね。田舎の難事件を解決しに来た名探偵ってわけだ。横溝正史の世界だね。
I like that. I'm a famous detective who came to solve a difficult case in the countryside. Seishi Yokomisu's
普
world.
段は浮気調査と債務調査が仕事。
And you normally investigate affairs and debts.
急にリアルになったな。
Wow, that got real quick.
ともかく他にも聞きたいことはある。
Anyways, I got more questions.
狼は1日に何人まで殺せる？今日の晩には全員皆殺しとかだったら話にならないんだけど。
I think we can call it there with all the rules for Werewolf. We're gonna take a small break. And then we'll segue into Yakuza 5 after the break, so stay tuned.